Quick shout out to my patrons. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible, so thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey y'all, it's Kate from Literary Apothecary, and welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. To start off this reading vlog, I'm going to be talking about the books that I'm reading this weekend to start the week off. So I am about 70% of the way through the Seventh Cadence, and y'all, this book is so freaking good. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite reads this year, and I can't wait to talk to y'all about this book once I finish, because this book is so good. At first, when I was reading it, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. But then all of a sudden, around the 50%, 60% mark, it snuck up on me. I'm like, holy cow, I'm enjoying this so much. I don't want to read anything more. But as you know, I read more than one book at a time usually. So I'm also about 20% into The Fortunes of Perkins Warbeck. And this is a Mary Shelley book, and I'm enjoying this, but it's a little bit slow and confusing for me, so we'll see if it picks up as I get further along in this book. Once I'm done with one of these reads, let's be honest, probably Seventh Cadence, I'll be switching gears to a book called The Seven Parallels by Jessica Lorenzi Conti, which is part of a book tour held by Break Even Books. Eric reached out to me again and asked if I wanted to be part of this book tour. I said yes, absolutely. This is a science fiction book. My review will come. The book tour is not till the end of June, but I want to get a head start on this so I don't forget it. I doesn't lose track of my June TBR, because if you've seen my videos, you know that in June we have the Shelf Space Readathon, the Magical Creatures Bingo Readathon going on, and I don't want this book to get lost among all the books that I'm reading for that. So I'm going to be starting this one very early on, and I can't wait to get another science fiction book in this. Eric is helping me with one of my goals that I had for this year, was to read more science fiction and read more self-pub books, and Eric and his book tours are helping me reach that goal, or continue that goal. So thank you, Eric from Break Even Books, for including me in this book tour again. I'm so excited, and I will not let you down this time. This time will be much, much better. So that's it for now, and I'll check in with y'all again very soon. Bye. Hey y'all, so today I was reading this morning, and I'm like, you know what, it's beautiful out. Let me get outside. So I went to Starbucks, and I read a little bit. And then I went to the bookstore, because how else are you going to spend a beautiful day but in the bookstore? And there was a sale. Of course, Barnes & Noble always gets me with their sales. They know how to ring me in. So I ended up buying 3 new books, and I'm really excited about these because I've heard such amazing things about each one of these books. And I believe there's a kind of a theme going on here. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. This book has been on my TBR forever. It's been so long since I put this on my TBR. I need to read it. I really want to read it. And maybe if I own a copy, I'll read it a little bit sooner. Who knows? But I know I'll need the tissues when I read this. It is going to make me absolutely sob and fall apart. But I can't wait to read this and experience the beautiful prose that I've heard about this book. And then part of the buy one, get one 50% off sale, I got The Chosen and the Beautiful by Negi Vao. I probably completely butchered that name, and I'm sorry, but I tried. If anyone knows how to say that name correctly, please let me know in the comments. This book I've heard really, really good things about, and when I was at the cash register checking out, the cashier said she absolutely loved this book. She said it was very, very beautifully written, so I can't wait to read this. And then the last book in the last part of the buy one, get one 50% off sale was The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates. This book has also been on my TBR for the longest time, and I absolutely loved his book, Between the World and Me, which was basically like a letter to his son. That was absolutely beautifully written, made me cry so much. This book is, of course, very popular book. A lot of people read this kind of in probably high school, maybe middle school, YA-ish years. I think it's become part of at least some schools' required reading. So I can't wait to read this because I've heard such amazing things, and my friend Stacy, she's absolutely fabulous. She said she absolutely loved this book when she read it, so I can't wait to read this. That's 3 books now, 3, I believe, Asian authors for the end of the Asian North Pacific month. I forget the actual title of that month, but yeah, those are the books that I got in my book haul today. And now I'm gonna go and finish up the book that I was reading, The Seventh Cadence by Jim Wilborn, because that book, y'all, is so good, and I am 2 hours away from the end, so I have to see how it ends. So I'll check in with y'all again once I finish The Seventh Cadence. Hey y'all, so I just finished The Seventh Cadence by Jim Wilborn, and this book was so freaking good. I gave it like 4.5, almost 5 stars, very, very nearly 5 stars. And I'm gonna do a dedicated review very soon, and I'll talk about why it wasn't quite 5 stars for me, but it still was one of my favorite books I've read this year, and y'all need to go out and read it. If you love magic and you love military fiction, wars, dragons, if you love Lion King, you would love this book. There's a lot of Lion King references in this book. You would love it. This book was so good. It had me not wanting to put it down. I hit like the 60% mark, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this weekend, because I just did not want to put it down. I took it to Starbucks with me, and I read it at Starbucks. I got home and I read it at home. I just read it everywhere I went because I didn't want to stop reading it. That's how good it was. So 4.5 out of 5 stars to The Seventh Cadence by Jim Wilborn. And today, after I eat dinner, I'll be starting on 7 Parallels, which is the book that I'm reading as part of the book tour held by Eric at Break Even Books. And then also continue, of course, on with The Fortunes of Perkin Warbeck by Mary Shelley. So I'll check in with y'all again very soon. Hey y'all, it's me again, checking in now. I am getting a head start on my June reading. Well, I guess not a head start because it's June now. It's June 2nd. I've finished one of our Moomin books. I will be moving in the next week and so I'm trying to, get some reading done so I can pack the books and not have to worry about that when the movers come to move my furniture and everything. So long story short, this morning when I was drinking my first cup of coffee, I read Moomin book number 1, The Moomins and the Great Flood. If you remember, this is one of the first 3 Moomin books is my patron pick, picked by Stacy and Anika, and buddy reading with them, and I'm just so in love with the Moomins. They are adorable, and these books are just incredible because you've got the story, but you also have these hand-drawn pictures. Like right there, that's Moomin and Moomin Mama, who is absolutely amazing. She's my favorite so far. And that's Tulipa, who used to live in a tulip, and she's got bright blue hair that is basically like a flashlight for him. And this other guy who does not have a name right now, but I think his name is, let me check in book 2 because we get all the list of characters in book 2. Sniff, yes. So that guy is, let's go back. Will I be able to find the same picture? Probably not. Oh, here it is. So that's Sniff too. So we've got Moomin Trawl, Moomin Mama, Talita, Tulipa, and Sniff. And over here you can see Tulipa in her tulip. And they're off trying to find Moomin Papa, who like just all of a sudden up and left home, went off on this adventure with these random creatures that live behind the stove. They're invisible, and so Moomin Mama and Moomin Trawl are off to find Moomin Papa. And then the Great Flood happens. They go through like this candy land, where like this guy created a land of candy. It's just so wonderful. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I can't wait to read book 2. The book 2 and book 3 are a little bit longer, but still like less than 200 pages. So I'm counting all 3 of these books as my Leprechaun prompt for the Shelf Space Bingo Readathon, because they're so short and so quick. They're made for kids. And that prompt was a book that's less than 300 pages. So I'm just going to count all 3 of these books for that one prompt. Because I would feel bad counting a 56-page book for a prompt. So that's what I have finished now. Tonight I'll be starting book 2, Comet in Moominland. I cannot wait. I actually started this yesterday, not realizing that it was actually book 2, because on the spine it says book 1, but Stacy told me that I should read The Great Flood first, and then I looked it up on Goodreads again, and it says that The Great Flood is actually number 1 and this one is actually number 2. So I will be starting Comet in Moominland, and this will be my weekend read because this one's a little bit longer. And once I'm done with this, I will move on to number 3, Finn Family Moomin Trawl. And then I will also be reading our Joan Didion essay of the month, which is called On Keeping a Notebook. I love this part of this book. I don't know why, but it just feels like it speaks straight to me, and especially obviously the notebook one, because I love notebooks. I'm addicted to notebooks, and so anytime anyone writes about notebooks, I'm there. What else? That's it for now. I'm about halfway through both Fortunes of Perkin Warbeck and 7 Parallels, so hopefully I'll have more to check in this weekend. I'll probably do one other video tomorrow before I put this up on Sunday. And yeah, that's it for now. So I'll check in with y'all again soon. Hey y'all, checking in one last time for this week. Today is Friday, June 3rd. We are now into June. We've got a bunch to catch up on here, so bear with me. I'm going to make this quick. Because I'm in the middle of moving now, so as you see slowly, you can see the bookshelves behind me are slowly getting emptied. I'm slowly moving them to my new apartment, so things are emptying out. It's starting to feel a little empty here, but I can't wait to have everything in my new apartment and arranged, and I'm gonna do a bookshelf tour once that all gets set up. I'll probably do something extra for my patrons, so maybe like unpacking of the books and a process of all of that, and figuring out how I'm going to do my bookshelves and all that. So if you want to see that, come join the Patreon. It's only $1 a month, but at the very least y'all will get a bookshelf tour at some point. Anyways, to the point, this is going to be short. Hopefully I don't ramble too much. So first and foremost, hello and thank you to some of our new subscribers, and especially Jennifer Brooks. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really means the world to me, because without you, I would just be sitting here talking to myself. So thank you for subscribing. I've got some exciting book mail here. I think I know what it is because I ordered it off of Amazon the other day, but let's take a look and see. Oh yes, A Bad Business, Essential Stories by Fyodor Dostoevsky. dang, this thing is like super short. I thought it was going to be regular size, but it's a super short one. Super cute. Look at how cute that is. It's so short. Like compared to this size, it's so short. Anyways, this is for the read along I'm doing over at the Codex Cantina Discord. I'll put the link down in the description below. I just put out an announcement today about that, and I've mentioned it in my June TBR video. But I will be co-hosting this read along with Chrissy, Louis Dostoevsky in Space, Evie at She Was Only Evie, Stephanie at Miss Richards Reads, and Tiffany at Beautiful Minute, I think it is. I'm super excited. This is a book of short stories by Fyodor Dostoevsky. And y'all know I love some Dostoevsky, so I will hopefully be starting this weekend too. Now on to the books that I did finish. I finished last book this morning. That is Comet in Moominland. This is book 2 in our Moomins series, which is part of my Patreon pick for June, picked by Stacy and Anika. These books are just freaking adorable. So much adventure happened in this one book. It was incredible. Basically, Moomin Troll and Sniff are off on an adventure because there's a comet that's coming hurtling towards Earth, and the muskrat says it's gonna hit and everything will be destroyed. So Moomin and Sniff are off to the observatory to see what they can learn and see if they can see this comet. And they have like crazy adventures on the way and on the way back to Moominville, and these books are just so incredible. I love them so much. So I finished that this morning. I also read our Joan Didion essay of the month on keeping notebooks, and this essay was special to me because I have an addiction to notebooks. I have so many notebooks everywhere. A lot of them are like half started, some of them are filled, some of them are empty. I just love notebooks, and Joan Didion in this essay kind of writes about this obsession of writing in a notebook. And also, she's like, why do we write in notebooks? It's not for other people, it's for us. And she just like kind of goes through some of the things that she randomly finds in one of her notebooks, and it's like, why did I think that was important to remember? Why that specific fact? Why that specific story, that quote? And it's just really interesting to see her thoughts kind of a stream of consciousness almost in essay format. So I read that also this morning. I've been trying to get up earlier so I can get a little bit more reading done before my work day starts, and some days it works a lot better than other days. Today obviously was a great day. So what am I going to be reading to finish this weekend off? I am really hoping to get finished Fortunes of Perkin Warbeck. I am about halfway through this and I'm enjoying it. This is historical fiction based off of the War of the Roses, written by Mary Shelley. I hope to make good progress on 7 Parallels, which is the book tour I'm doing at the end of the month with Eric at Breakeven Books. And I'll also hopefully be getting through this whole thing, the Finn Family Moomin Troll. This is book 3 in the series, and this will round off both my patron read and my Leprechaun prompt for the Shelf Space Readathon. So I'm hoping to get this done tonight, tomorrow morning, so then I can check that off the list. So that's it for now. Let me know, y'all, what you read this past week, what you're looking forward to reading next week. As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. There's no pressure to join either, but we have a ton of fun at both. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.